Hello and welcome to today's video. Today I am reviewing a product I think is actually really interesting and useful, well particularly useful for me and how I do things. I saw these products online and reached out to the maker of these and that is Gabriele Falcinelli from Italy, who makes these. These are the Great Fountain ink stoppers or cartridge sort of plugs, if you will. They are handmade in Italy out of brass, and they come in two sizes, the Standard International and the Parker. So this is a bit of a strange review because it's not like I can talk about, the filling mechanisms and things like that. So what I thought I would do is I would show them in use and how I use them. I've had these for a little while and I have just put them to a couple of basic tests. I thought I'd show how I use them. As well as sending these, he also sent 3 ink samples labelled Great Fountain Mystery Brown, Deep Purple and Black Sea, which this is what they look like on paper. This is Tomoe River paper. Interesting colours, a nice sort of red, brown, a pretty solid sort of dark grey black, and then sort of quite a nice sort of grey purple there. So interesting colours. A little bit more about those perhaps in another video. Just thought I would show them, seeing as though he sent those out as well. So these ink cartridge stoppers, these I found them at one retailer, Hamilton Pens in the UK, for £3 each, which I don't think is a terribly high price for something that is actually kind of useful. And they are handmade, and they are sort of like a specialty little object, and they're also very, very reusable. In fact, these will outlive any cartridge you put them in. So let's, how will I use these? Well, I use these in a couple of ways. So firstly, the way I would see using this the most is you're using a cartridge in a pen. I'll have an example here. I have my Faber-Castell Ondoro, which takes an international standard cartridge. I have a Graph Faber-Castell, I think it's turquoise in here from memory. And let's say I want to change the cartridge or clean the pen, but, like in this case, the cartridge is only, not even close to being done. So I don't want to waste that ink. So all I would simply do is remove the cartridge, take one of the international stoppers, and then you put it down into the opening of the cartridge. And it is a very tight seal. It feels great going in, and it feels very, very secure. So how secure? Well, look, what I have here is in a little lock seal baggie. This has been carried in my pen case for the last, I think, week and a half. It's a Standard International cartridge with the stopper in, and it's been in my satchel, in my backpack, in my pen case, moved around from cars to rehearsals and all those sorts of things, and it has stayed completely intact. Not a dropout. It's so a great use for these is that purpose. If you don't want to waste the ink in a cartridge, you can, in effect, plug it up to stop it from drying out and from spilling, which is amazing. Another use for these that I'm really looking forward to is travel. When I can travel again, I like to travel with cartridges, but sometimes the ink I might want to take can't come in a cartridge. So what can I do? Well, I would simply take a converter and fill it with whatever ink I was looking to take away with me, say Robert Oster ink, and I would pop a plug in there to be able to keep that ink, once again, I'd probably put it in a little lock seal bag like this guy and carry it around with me. It keeps them safe for flying, all of that sort of stuff. So we also said there is a Parker size cartridge here, cartridge stopper. Now I don't have any Parker cartridges in my collection just at the moment. What I thought I'd do is I'd test it out on this Parker Jotter pen, which I have a converter in. So once again, similar thing, if I was using a converter of ink and didn't want to sort of waste it, but wanted to clean the pen, and then you can pop that into the converter. Once again, a very snug fit, but secure. It's going to keep that ink from drying out, from spilling, all of that sort of stuff. So super, super handy. What are the pros and cons of a product like this? Now, these are going to be shown in a number of other videos as well. So there'll always be little updates and other ways I'm going to use this. But straight up, an obvious pro is the fact that they are made of brass, so they are not going to corrode with ink. They are well made. They are a tight, snug fit into the cartridges. And that is a massive pro. It gives you a sense of safety and security with that. The tightness, though, for me, might be just a slight con, because a lot of those converters just have cartridges have just a simple low quality plastic opening, and I think over time they might wear with the use of these, so they're probably not going to be something that you're going to use to refill and block cartridges over and over and over again. But for those purposes of filling up cartridges, for use in pens for traveling or converters, or for simply not wanting to waste ink in a cartridge that you have only half used or quarter used, or whatever the case may be, these are a really handy option. And at £3 each, and so far in these two sizes, the Parker size and the standard international size, I think they're a really lovely option, and something that is affordable enough to be useful, particularly if you use them regularly and over again. And if they can be made in a Parker and in an standard international size, there's no reason why eventually they probably couldn't be machined in other sizes. I'm thinking things like the Pilot converters or the Lamy cartridges, which Lamy particularly, sort of being proprietary and, having a range of cartridges themselves and all those sorts of things, it might be a really handy option and a handy size. I think these are an interesting product. I really love products that see an issue and then find a way of solving it. There have been other brands to do similar things. I know Noodlers have their refillable cartridges that have a little screw-in plug. There have also been rubber versions made, and I think some plastic ones, but these being brass and sort of being quite sturdy, and they're not going to start disintegrating or anything like that. So a really nice option. As I said, £3 each from Hamilton Pen, and when they're in stock on the Etsy page for Great Fountain as well. So as I said, these are the Great Fountain cartridge stoppers for Parker and the standard international size. I hope you found this video interesting and useful. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notifications button if you want to stay up to date with the videos that I produce. Please feel free to get in touch using any of the platforms listed below. You can find me on Instagram or Twitter at @the_offstage_me, or you can contact me on any of my videos here or drop me an email, which is listed down below. If you've got products you think I should be looking at, or if there's a way you'd like to support the channel by sponsoring a review or providing an item for review, like Gabriele Falcinelli did here with the brass cartridge stoppers from Great Fountain, I would love to hear from you. And thank you very much, Gabriele. In the meantime, enjoy your pens, enjoy writing, and I'll talk to you soon.